Hey everybody, so I got a request to do a eyebrow tutorial for everybody. So this request came from my friend Teresa. She wants to know how I get them so perfect and, on direction. As you guys can see, I do actually have eyebrows. The only thing is they're not as defined or dark or whatever as I need or want, I guess, for my face. So I'm just going to be showing you guys how to do them, okay? First of all, the product I normally use is a Mary Kay pencil, but I ran out, so I went out and got one from a drugstore, and it's by, I think this is it's Rimmel London, and this color's in 004 black brown because of my hair color. And what I do to begin is I just start making a definition line like that, making sure it's straight enough to where I want it. And then I do the same thing to the other side. And that's like the start off. And then I used to do like square inner corners, but lately I've been doing rounder inner corners. So I just round it out. And then start to color in. And what I do with this kind of arch is, where I round it up at is normally where a top line would go for most people, but I just start shading in automatically, and the line becomes definite as I shade in. Don't worry about it if it's not like super defined yet at your end, because you'll be rounding that out to bring your arch down. And then when I try to arc it down, I just kind of go towards the end and then just literally drag down. And then I'll just start to shade it in. I do make sure they're even, whether they're more rounded or squared out. And I make sure that my pencil, if it starts getting dull like this does, I can just take my sharpener again and sharpen it a little bit just so I can get my arch done. And it doesn't need to be like super sharp, just pointed enough to where I can do them. You can bring your arch down as far as you want. I kind of bring them down further because I have more of a definition this way. So when I do them, I constantly stop, kind of lean back a little bit away from a mirror and make sure that they're even. Like, the biggest thing that you're going to learn is that your eyebrows will never be super perfect. Mine are never super on point. My right eyebrow is usually a little higher arched, tiny bit, and nobody really notices, but some people do. And what happens with that is your eyebrows are not twins, they're sisters. You know what I mean? That's kind of the saying that they have, and what you do with them is your choice kind of thing, and they're not supposed to look exactly alike. I mean, nobody's do. Nobody's. Unless you totally shave them off and do them, but even then, they're not exactly, symmetrical, asymmetrical all the time. My thickness of my eyebrow is actually not that thick at all. So what I do is I try to just kind of let the natural part of it like go and do its own thing. And then I make sure that the inner corners are as even as possible in thickness, in curvature, and everything. And then don't worry if it's a little messy, because that's no big deal, because what I'm actually going to be doing is fixing and refixing both eyebrows. And then once I have the basics done, what I do is put the lid part back on. Some people take concealer, but don't look at the bottle, because I kind of just mix different foundations in here together to get my pigmentation done. I actually take my liquid foundation and a flat brush. This is actually an eye defining brush, but I don't use it for my shadow, I use it for my eyebrows. I take concealer on the brush like this, and then what I do is I line. This not only will clean up and make your eyebrows more defined, it kind of holds them in place. And then what I do is I kind of just drag the foundation down and start to blend it out. Another good thing about me doing the cleanup process is that this foundation will actually take and be kind of like an eye primer for when I do my my eyeshadows. So it'll be part of my highlight, which I absolutely love, the fact that it'll be part of my highlight. And then because I did the bottom of my eyebrows, I will also actually do the top and clean up the top a bit. But I start off with the bottom on each eye. The good thing is, because if I mess up like I kind of did right here, I wiped away some of the pencil. I can go back and fix it. It's not going to be perfect 100% of the time. So that's the cleanup for the under eye. And because I messed up, I can go back in with my pencil and just fix it. And like I said, don't worry about the cleanup because you can always go back in and clean it up more. Then I can do the same with the top of the eyebrow. Is take my brush, get a little more foundation on it, and go along the top of the eyebrow. And then what I do is I just take the brush and just blend it out upward. And then because it doesn't always smudge out properly, what I can do is go in with my finger and smudge it out. Blend it upward. And voila. And I'll be doing the other side. And kind of brushing my brush. The biggest thing is when you dip it in your foundation, kind of just I brush the tips in there and then I'll dip the very pointed edge so I know I have it on to guide. Just take and blend it out. And I still will take my finger and just smudge it to kind of blend in with my skin tone a little bit more. And like I said, if you feel like you need to fix it, then you can always go back in.